back to the channel. Sorry it's been a long time since the last update. The last video you would have seen would be the track day we did at Snetterton. It was a bit of a broken up video, but I hope you see the gist of the day. It was pretty good. I'd love to do the track again, so I'll have to go again soon. I went to go and paint the engine bay today. However, I realised I didn't have the correct thinners required, so I've spoken to Harry, the chap who's advising me on the paint, and he's told me the type of thinners I need to get in order to do that. So what I decided to do, which you've probably seen already on the time lapse, is just to go over and start cleaning up the inside of the car. So I hoovered out all the glass and got it all ready. What I'll do, I got rid of the little rust stain here that was coming on. Just tidied it up. I gave the cage, which you will have seen as well, just a little fresh coat of paint. And what I'm going to do, once that paint has dried, I'm going to wrap this up ready for when I paint the interior white, because I obviously don't want white going on the cage. So that's that done. Engine bay is pretty much prepped. I'm going to get the compressed line in a minute with the air hose on to blow out all the dirt that's in the corners here. So when I paint it, obviously no dirt's in there. So that's something I'm probably going to do now. I've been a bit short on what I can do. I was half tempted to put the rear beam back on. However, I realised when I jack the car up to paint the front side, the overspray is likely to hit it. Also, when I paint the inside of the inside of the car itself, there's a lot of holes, and I'm sure that what's going to happen is overspray is going to get through there and it'll end up going on the beam, the fuel tank, etc. So I've decided I need to get the shell, the engine bay and the interior painted white before I start putting freshly powder coated parts back on it. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is use the airline to clean it out as mentioned, and hopefully that paint will dry soon and I'll wrap all that up ready for when I paint the interior white. What I probably will do as well is go around using this, scuffing up all the paint on the inside just to make sure that the paint bonds to it and hardens correctly. And I also need to sand that back a little bit and treat this rust area before painting on that. So yeah, there's a little update. I'm glad to be back out on the car. Sorry it's been so long since the last video. Just been busy with other things really, but yeah, let's back to it for now. So I didn't do what I said I was going to do, as ever, seems to be the case. But I have sprayed these. I was a bit worried that the colour wasn't too good to start off with. However, it's actually pretty good. I've got a new set of brake lines that go along the rear beam and to the front from the brake servo. But yeah, those three done. Cut the lawn. What else did I do? Well, I started tidying up the garage a bit. Just trying to get it a bit in order. I've been buying a few other bits as well. Somebody on the Racing Puma Facebook page found out that the Ford Focus, I think it was, handbrake cable actually fits the FRP. So I've bought, get it out, a brand new one, as you can see here. So you have to make a slight amendment to it. So it's the bracket that goes off here needs to be a specific size one, which I've also ordered for £7. Now this was 50 quid, but given I am refreshing the entire underside of the car, I thought it'd be good to get a brand new one, especially as that fits, because the Ford Racing Puma one, if you can get them, are like 150 quid because they don't make them anymore. So yeah, happy to have that one. The one I painted didn't come out great, to be honest. As you can see, it's those who've seen the previous episode, so I just used some Hamrite on it, brushable, but it didn't work too well. But so yeah, there we go, that's the handbrake cable. The fuel lines, which I've just mentioned, being painted, a little tidy up in here. I've also bought another set of these. these wheels, and I've had them powder coated in white, which, if you bear with, I'll go and show you now. Here they are. I saw some badges someone was selling. I put them on there, but it's too big and I'm not sure I like it. But I think you'll agree. Let's put that in there. White is going to be the best option, I think. Let's see if we can get it in there. White, I think, is going to be the best. So yeah, I bought them for £125. 2 of them have been welded. Just on the inside. I think it's a bit of a weak point on these wheels. Can't see it on that one, it's on one of them. So I bought them for £125. I paid £40 for them to be taken to City Powder Coaters. They charge £25 a wheel. So that was another, what's that then? 125, so that's 250 plus 40, it's 290, and then I plus 40 quid to get them delivered to me here. So what did I say, 290, 330, which for 5 wheels is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. I think, as I said, white's going to be the colour I'll go with, but there's no reason why I can't run a silver on one side and white on the other, because they're the same wheel, until I decide which colour I like the best. Or I might just keep both, because they're quite cheap, so it means I've got 2 options on the wheel front. So yeah, I've brought the wings in here because they're pretty delicate and the garage is filling up. I still need to steam clean the seats, which I'll get to at some point. A few bags of bits in there. That's the prototype F2 spoiler I've shown you before. I've had 3 others made up and I've been posting them out to the people who've paid for them. Anybody else who's waiting for them, I think I've got another 4 being made and they should be ready in the next week or so. Right, that's going to be it for today, Saturday. Didn't do what I set out to do, however, I have tidied the garage a bit. Painted these lines, which have come out really good. I'm really happy with the colour now it's dried. It dried a lot darker than it was when it first came out the can. So yeah, they're all good. Another job ticked off the list. I'm going to try, I also bought some Sparker mud flaps. Blue ones. These should go well with the colour scheme quite well, I think. I'll probably have to get another pair as well, because I would be running 4, I think. Because once the car's finished, I don't want any stone chips on it. And with the Racing Puma, with it being quite wide on the rear, lots of stones flick up. So having the big... Hi guys, welcome back. It's now Sunday. A couple of little bits I'm going to do. I touched up the cage yesterday. So I'm going to cover that with some brown paper and tape, so that when I paint the inside of the car white, I won't get any overspray on it. So I'm going to be doing that shortly. Not a lot else really. Just going to plod my way around, doing little bits here and there, and see how we get on. Just had another quick look at the lines that I painted yesterday. I was a bit unsure about the colour to start off with, but now that it's dried, it's come up in a pretty nice green. Don't think it'll look too bad at all. That's another job done. But yeah, let's tape off the cage in the car. It's a bit of a boring job, but it's just another job that needs doing, so I'm going to do that now. And that, boys and girls, is why Sean does the wrapping in our house, present wrapping, because that was horribly painful. It's all covered, but what a shitty job. Anyway, it's done. So, as well as the engine bay being ready for paint, the interior is basically ready for paint as well. So, the job ticked off the list. There's something I've just got to have a quick look on in the rear, and we're pretty much there. True British weather, not been able to finish off the sanding that you saw me doing in the time lapse in here. Only a little bit left to do though, and then it's flush. Then I'm pretty much done, ready for painting. What else have I been doing? Replace the 2 bolts on here for ones that have been zinc plated. You also saw me on time lapse replace these to the correct length bolts instead of the Allen key heads that were on there before. I've replaced that for one, fitted these 2 bolts here for the gearbox mount into the engine bay. I think there's a couple on the other side, but since having this new batch of bolts back, it's given me a chance to just refresh a few of them. And there'll be other ones that I've missed, but yeah, I mean, I really would like to get this subframe on, the fuel tank, handbrake cable, freshly painted, fuel lines and brake lines. These new ones that I bought for 150 from James, so thanks for that, mate. Also, shout out to Warren, who I originally bought the project car off. He sent me a load of bits and bobs that he had left lying around, loads of useful switches. He also sent me the accelerator cable, which is here. So yeah, not really achieved that much this weekend, but a few little bits here and there. This week I'm going to arrange to get the correct thinners that I need in order to be able to mix the paint, because that was the reason I've not been able to paint, so I didn't get the correct thinners. So at least I managed to do other stuff and prep the inside of the car, so that's something. One thing I have noticed is the white wheels I showed you earlier on in the video. I thought these were Team Dynamics 1.2s, and the other ones are Team Dynamics 1.2s. However, this depth here is quite a bit different on this slight shaped wheel to the other one, so I'm not entirely sure why that is the case. So they do vary slightly. I'll get the 2 next to each other at some point so we can have a proper look, but yeah, I think that's going to be it really. So I'm going to sort of sign out for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the next video I'll bring you, finally, I will be painting, but yeah, hope you like the content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.